I'm standing about 50 to 60 yards from the corner of 25th and Minnesota. This is the area where police found the young woman laying in a pool of blood. They don't know much about the killing except that sometime around 10 o'clock last night, the couple was walking down a street in the North Beach area, and they were abducted by 3 men at gunpoint, forced into a car and brought here. The woman's throat was cut. The man was hit several times over the head with what police describe as a large bladed object. He was left for dead, but he managed to walk back up to the roadway where he flagged down a motorist who took him to the nearest police station. He remains in serious condition tonight at a local San Francisco hospital. This is a puzzling murder for San Francisco police because it was almost execution-like. They call it an isolated incident, but the investigation remains undercover and police will say nothing more. Bob Jimenez, Channel 4 News.
I will not come out at night because I've had too many bad experiences.
You don't walk around here at night?
No. As I say, when my husband was in the hospital, I took a taxi home, and I live just 2 blocks away.
Well, we were planning on moving anyway, so we are now.
It's gotten to be pretty rough, I think. And I am out late at night because I go out for a paper around 9 o'clock at night, and I know it's rough down in this area anyway, but after that, I mean, you're afraid when anybody walks up to you, you know. Some guy walks up to you, like that one girl, hi, and then blasts you. Well, what are you going to do? What do you think?
It's dangerous.
Will you be going out at nights now?
No, I'd be kind of afraid, really.
Police say he was one of Zebra's first victims, Salim Arakat, an Arab grocer who owned this small shop near San Francisco's Civic Center. Arakat was alone in the store on a Sunday morning last November when Zebra swept in, tied him up, then took $1,300 from the till. Then, for no apparent reason, the Zebra murdered the grocery man, muffling the gun with a family blanket. Today, with the arrests, Arakat's son says he feels some relief.
Well, I'm glad that somebody has been arrested for murdering my father, according to the papers anyway, that's what it said. And it's kind of a relief, even though it doesn't bring my father back. It's good to know that they've been captured and they won't be killing any more people on the streets.
I feel better, you know, but I wish I could talk to him, you know, and ask him why he did it, because they took the money and they tied my husband with his own tie. That's what bothered me all the time, because, you know, I didn't know why they did it.
My recommendation is that people be careful when they're on the street, be alert, And of course, as the mayor said, if people have information, any information regarding any of these incidents, please contact us. Give us something to work on. Perhaps we can locate these persons and put them out of business. That's all speculation, Dick, believe me, and we speculate like everybody else and just trying to figure out what it was, but what it is, but it's just motiveless as far as we can say.
No, I don't think money is entirely the answer to it, but I think in a case like this, that every vehicle available to us should be utilized so that we can't say later that something wasn't done. I think everything has to be done to bring the killers to justice. I wouldn't begin to speculate as to how much money would be necessary to break the case. I couldn't. Over the years, I've broken cases where it took nothing, which were serious cases, and some ran up to $50,000, which actually did break a case.
It did because some of them must know or must have some identification of this murder. If you will take in mind that after each murder, a police car has been there within 2.5 to 3 minutes at the longest. Yet they cannot get a clear description of the murder.
Unless we catch them right in the act, or so-called, in police talk, an en vue pinch, that's the way we'll solve these crimes.
With the
help from the public, absolutely.
The noon rally was sponsored by the Committee Against Racism, which claims the Zebra Stop and Search operation is an attempt to start a race war in San Francisco. They say it's a move which will inspire fear of blacks and justify even more harassment of minorities.
United fight! Operation Zebra must go! Black and white, united fight! Operation Zebra must go! Race control once again!
We feel it's very clear that it's a racist attack, that people are being stopped and given ID cards and arrested and intimidated, and it's simply building up fear and building up the idea among white people that they need to be fearful of black people, trying to build a base for us to attack one another.
Regrettably, we didn't make any arrests. We made numerous stops of possible suspects. We found the people to be most cooperative. The black community realizes the seriousness of the situation and the need for cooperating with the police authorities, and they have done so. We've received no complaints about unnecessary stops.
The calls that we have received and the responses that we've received since yesterday indicate to us that there are people who are not only being stopped once, but twice, as many as 3 and 4 times. and a lot of black people are incensed and very angry and put out and upset about this kind of police state that exists in the black community. The condition of the police state creates a greater possibility of what I would view as a racial war. It's very, very possible that that people will become so angered and frustrated that we will see taking place in San Francisco a condition that we've never had to happen before that relates to whites and blacks at war with each other.
I don't think I like it. I don't think no one has the right to stop me just because I'm me or just because I'm black.
I think it's an affront against the black community in San Francisco, and I think it is also being used by politicians to further outside aims.
Nobody that I know of, and I was born and raised in this city, ever raised any question about the Zodiac, and it seems very much on a racial slur.
When in fact the Zodiac killer and his picture came out in the papers as well as television, a prints of what they thought the Zodiac killer to look like, they did not in fact begin to create a dragnet and a police state as it relates to white participants. So it's inherently discriminatory.
But I have been informed that he may have hinted or alluded to that this may be racially inspired, this street check looking for suspects. I want to repeat now, I don't know this for a fact, but it was hinted at pretty strongly that he did that, and that it was strictly harassment of black people, while nothing is further from the truth.
I think that just a blanket description is not enough to stop every member of the community at random. I think they should have a more specialized approach, and they should not be as intimidating as they have proved to have been in the past, because it's going to provide friction with the community and the authorities.
It's unfair because of the fact that we are already oppressed, you know, by the Gestapo-type taxes that the police perpetuates against the blacks anyway. And this is just another form of expanding that perpetuation, you know, of the violent oppression that we go through every day.
Those who are Muslims, yes, we will defend them because we don't believe at this time that these men are guilty. We will support them. But we find that these men are guilty, we will not support them, nor will we back them. But we don't believe these men that is locked up are guilty. The mayor have already convicted these men. All good-thinking whites should watch their leader, the mayor. All good-thinking blacks should watch their leader, the mayor, to make sure that whoever is guilty, that everyone gets a fair trial.